Laterals, no laterals. Laterals, no.
There, and you can see goes on the little superior now.
That's better.
To my left, weighing 125 kilograms, 275 pounds, all the way from Italy, the Italian gladiator, Ermes Gasparini.
Monster Michael Todd, and let me tell you now, I am absolutely bristling like I was living under Genadi's beard. This should go off both these men. Super explosive. Anything you picked up on those walkouts?
I haven't seen anything yet. My screen's still saying the stream's going to start soon. So if you have it on yours, tell me what's going on.
Okay, brother, I will take over at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Genadi Kvikvinia, the man with the Zeus-like beard on the far side of the table, is Ermes Gasparini. And this is intense. Both men, such massive hitters. Both so intense, so explosive. And this is super important. The first round means so much. Watch for that blistering attack from Gasparini. He'll be looking to capitalise, to utilise that hand and wrist.
Okay, so this is awesome. I can see what's going on. Yeah.
Okay, Mike, you're back, brother. I was missing you, mate.
Right.
I was missing you.
Man.
Here we go.
So apparently we had a slip.
Nominated strap. So we got a nominated strap, and Gasparini, you can see how much it means to that young man. Michael, a lot of pressure on the shoulders of Ermes tonight.
Oh, absolutely. He needs this. After his loss to Alex Gardesha, he was an overwhelming favorite when they announced that match. And for him to lose 6-0 in that fashion, he has to have a good performance today.
Open. Knuckles.
Huge amount of pressure put on Ermes Gasparini's shoulders by the arm wrestling community due to recent performances. And he comes from a long line of stellar Italian athletes, starting way back in the day with his father, Massimo. And we've seen so many talented pullers come out of Italy, but none like the man we're looking at now, Ermes Gasparini, the gladiator. And the strap being applied, who does that favour, Michael?
I'm going to say it's going to favor Genadi if he gets any purchase in the match whatsoever. I mean, Ermes has a great hand, but he is tied to literally a monster, a 317-pound Georgian monster. He does not want any of this about me.
No cover in the thumb.
I may be wrong, though.
He will be looking for the stop. Can he put the brakes on the Ferrari? The man from Italy, Ermes Gasparini, known for that speed, known for that explosivity. Genadi Kvikvinia, the intensity. And one thing we have learned recently about Ermes, and we're seeing evidence of it now, Michael, He wants everything in the setup. He needs to be comfortable there, and that can take the edge off him.
No doubt, no doubt. He's one of those guys that has to have the perfect setup, and you saw that against Gardecha. He never got comfortable. He is not looking super comfortable here either. I cannot wait to see what happens on this first go.
Down go those thumbs. Watch for Bill Collins now. He will wrap the hands. Be ready, ladies and gentlemen.
Lateral, no lateral.
Lateral there, and you can see Gasparini not happy, but he's got the hand control. He starts to drive. Position for Gasparini, and that was close if it wasn't.
Yeah, he needed that. He needed that. So obviously, Genadi's hand and wrist did not hold up. He did have some arm, but he tried to back pressure to stop the match when he should have applied more side pressure, in my opinion.
Literally pulled underneath Ermes Gasparini and gifted him the hand and wrist control. And as everyone knows in arm wrestling, hand and wrist is king. We're going to see so much evidence of that on the show tonight, but what a start from Gasparini. That would have done the young man's confidence a world of good. What's going to be going through the mind of Genadi Kvikvinia right about now?
Well, he's realizing he's not going to out-back pressure. He's not going to beat the hand. Here we go in the slow. It's about to show the slow-mo. Boom. He hits back. His wrist gets compromised. What he should have done is more down pressure on his elbow and started shoving palm into the wrist of Gasparini. He tried to hold everything on his bicep, and that's just not the right route to go right there.
Very, very static also. Extremely static positionally there. Seemed to be waiting for the hit of the Italian. Very dangerous move. Got a tiger by the tail and was punished for it there. And that's a great start. Ermes Gasparini, his ace, came out early. 1-0 Italy. And you can see there's a new vigor, a new stride to the table.
Oh, no. Yeah, Gasparini definitely needed that. He is going to have some confidence right now. Do not count out Genadi Kvikvinia. The guy, Gasparini could definitely be in trouble. But right now, Gasparini is in the driver's seat.
Absolutely. Ermes Gasparini capitalized on his ace move in the first round, and it's now up to Genadi Kvikvinia to show some of that versatility that he has. May we be seeing a little bit of ring rust. Very active. Slip, and we will go to the strap match once again. Neither man will be too worried about that, but it does give the opportunity to do different things, Mike.
No doubt, no doubt. Now, he does occasionally get to train with Levon, but normally in his practice sessions, what I see, he is the stronger athlete. Sometimes you need to feel somebody who's going to put you in bad spots, and I think that little bit of ring rust is there, but he knows what he's in for right now. He's felt the power of Ermes Gasparini, so now it's time to make an adjustment.
Very, very interesting start to the match, and the nerves will still be jangling in both these individuals. Less so in Gasparini. He knows now that he has the tools to win the match. Got to make it stick, got to make it count, and you can see how intense he is. Got to be honest, a little bit of nerves etched on the face of Genadi Kvikvinia, which is normal. He's still got to find a foothold here, Mike.
Rightly so, but he's letting Ermes get a phenomenal setup. The height of Ermes' hand is just overwhelming over the top of Genadi right now. He's, I think, like you said, I think he is nervous and he's given up too much of the setup right here. I do think his hand and wrist are going to continue to get caused, especially in these setups. But if he hits with enough back pressure and side pressure and can get Ermes' hand past his shoulder, that'll give him the opportunity to transition to the press.
Bill
But let's
Collins
see what happens.
Bill was trying to move Ermes' elbow back a little bit, as you rightly pointed out there, Mike. Ermes really carving up, circling that hand up, trying to drive that lower palm forward, gain the height in the setup. That will allow him to get a more full, complete hit into the match, and we saw how effective he is from that position. Very explosive colour. And you can see Genadi not happy at all with the hand position there.
No, I mean, he let him get a lot before that, while that strap was being applied, and you know he's feeling uncomfortable right now. Oh, this is a crazy match. Now, this is the thing about Ermes. When he pulls some of the same legs, there you go.
Oh, drove underneath him there, Michael, and Gasparini looking so powerful. Drives to the side, surely will finish from there. Huge ask for Genadi Kvikvinia
Almost.
to pull this match back from there.
If he holds on to it, he's got a shot. But Ermes can transition to that press. He needs to watch his elbow. I like it. I like what I see. Oh, no, here comes that transition. Oh, elbow foul. Dude, they missed an elbow foul right there.
Popped off the front, but interestingly, who's going to feel those bullets more? Who's going to feel the wear and tear in the arm more? Will it be Kvikvinia, or will that put the brakes effectively on Gasparini? He's the guy that's looking for the fast finish, and this is obviously over 6 rounds. It could be a long day if some fatigue gets in that arm.
It could be, and I think you're right, but in my opinion, that match still took more out of Genadi than it did Ermes. Genadi needs a little bit more side pressure. He was real close to coming off the back of the pad with his elbow. He just barely had that tip on the back. He's almost on the back of the pad. Ermes does have the ability to transition to press just like he did, but he did pop off. He got with an elbow foul right there. I still think Genadi's in it, but one more like that, and I don't know what the Genadi can do. I've been in that position before, and that kid is strong.
A little bit of inexperience in some respects, a little overexcited from Ermes there. Just popped off the front going for the finish, but he had the courage to move in for the press. And to be perfectly honest, the most concerning thing here, if you're in the Genadi Kvikvinia camp, would be on the starts, his direction looks poor. Genadi at the moment making a lot of bad choices on that start, and twice we've seen him pull underneath on the hit, and that is gifting the hand and wrist position to a very, very powerful man. And from there, Ermes Gasparini able to go to work, Mike.
I completely agree. Now, I also think Genadi doesn't have another option on the start. If he tries to shoulder press on the start, he's going to hit Ermes Gasparini's wedge. It's the levers, it's the length of the arms that are even that's going to put the advantage in Ermes on his side of the table. See, that's the thing. When Ermes just got handled by Alistair Detcha, but that's because he's a posting-style top roller who ran into a longer lever and just got beat. He got out-leveraged, right? He is pulling some with the exact same lever right now, and Genadi's hand and wrist just aren't holding up. Now, you may see him try to do a shoulder press, but I think it's a bad idea. I think he needs to stop the match again, more side pressure, and then just bring that shoulder in and put the wear and tear on Ermes' arm. And I think if he gets to the position, he should not pin him. I think he should hold him and wear that bicep out.
I couldn't agree more. And we've heard in the past people that have trained with Genadi Kvikvinia, such as Levan Saganashvili, have pointed to the fact that if he does have a weakness, it would be the hand and wrist. And it sounds like that message has been heard loud and clear by Ermes Gasparini. He's really capitalizing on that, and he looks like he's got a very dominant hand and wrist at this stage. So can probably afford to, like you say, just base his elbow and wait it out a little bit and time this thing a little bit better. I would expect we should see the strap again, but you never know. Let's see.
Yeah, they're just going to the strap. Genadi's not going to be able to hold on to him. I mean, it's going to go strap, or it's going to go bent wrist press and then to the strap, unless he can get that fast pin. We're in for a good match here in round 3. Ermes has a lot of confidence right now. You can tell Genadi is wondering what the hell happened. What's going on right now is exactly what I planned on doing to Genadi. I want to take his hand. I knew his hand and wrist was going to be the weakness. Like I said, you do not want to give this guy any bit of confidence, because once you let him believe he's in the match, he is a hard man to beat. But right now, I don't even know if he thinks he's in there yet.
Certainly looks a little concerned. Genadi Kvikvinia not found that settling point yet. He's been very, very much on the defensive, and he's the kind of guy that you will see the confidence. When he feels like he's got a bite in the match, you'll see it. He'll announce it. He'll shout it to the crowd, and he will let you know, and his opponent know, that he feels he's got a bite. We've seen nothing at all from him right now. It's a subdued, quiet version of the Georgian. Can he find a foothold as we go into the strap for the 3rd time?
Yeah, he's going to have to wedge that shoulder in there. Like I said, I don't think he should do it on go, and it doesn't look like he's for that. I feel like he needs to hit right elbow to left rear and just wedge his palm of his hand into the wrist of Ermes and make Ermes' bicep and brachialis wear out.
Be ready, ladies and gents. Collins trying to settle the guys.
One foul.
Yeah, no choice really there, to be perfectly honest. It was a massive movement from the Georgian right before the goal.
Yeah, that was a Devin Laird foul. Here we go.
So the hands closed down. Be ready. Needs that side pressure. Kvikvinia, but again he goes under. Little superior now. This is a bigger drive.
That's better. That's better. That's better. You now transition. That's
Forgot his hand and wrist, and it's a big drive, and there's the pin. Ermes Gasparini explodes, ladies and gentlemen. Enormous drive to the pad, and it's the top roll victory from Ermes Gasparini. 3-0 shown on the board for Ermes Gasparini.
That was very impressive by Ermes, but I really saw a fatal flaw in Genadi right then. Once that first offensive surge, he should have never came back to the center. He should have immediately drove his shoulder to the center and just rested on that bicep. But I mean, it's hard to do that in the middle of a match. I mean, it was his first chance to even get a purchase on his arm, to even get him over on his side. But right there, that's where he made the mistake.
Enormous drive off the start, but straight away you can see that Genadi was panicking a little bit. Moved to the side a little bit early, and he completely forgot about the hand and wrist, and all that opportunity was taken by Gasparini. Collected himself, stayed compact, stayed with his arm, gathered the hand and wrist, and then drove the counter, an effective counter.
Absolutely, dude.
In the corner there also.
I just looked back at Ron Bath and just shook my head. I'm sitting here thinking, dadgummit. I don't know what this means for me in 9 weeks, because Genadi's supposed to be my next opponent. I need him to come out right now and do something special. You got to give credit to Ermes. He came ready. He, like you said, he's coming off that loss, and he had something to prove today. So he is not going to go down. I mean, he wants it. He wants the 6-0 sweep. He wants dominance. But I still think Genadi, if he gets into this match right here and he puts some fatigue on his arm, he could 3-3 this thing.
Now then, here we go. Ermes Gasparini. Genadi Kvikvinia. This was a night for upsets, and a lot of people had their money on Genadi Kvikvinia. And at the moment, the Gladiator is proving everyone wrong. And to be honest, he's looking great tonight. He's arm wrestling intelligently, Michael, utilising that weaponry that he does have, the explosivity, the superior hand and wrist. A great showing from the Gladiator.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. This is what we expect from Ermes Gasparini. Like I said, his last outing against Alex Kardashev, he just ran into the longer lever and he got out top rolled. You put that man against another guy with the same leverage as him, and it's going to be a very hard day. It's hard to beat his hand and wrist. His hand and wrist are like iron, and the young man is definitely putting on a show right now.
And you can see, looking at that heavily inflated forearm of Genadi Kvikvinia, that the lactic acid is rushing into that arm. That's going to prevent and hamper his movement. He needs to try and collect himself a little bit here. He's rushed in his movements, panicking a little bit and dove for the pad. And he's got to try and find a solid foothold, get the brakes on and get some positional advantage before he goes for that pin.
I agree. I'm still of the opinion that if he hits him hard enough side pressure like he did in that first offensive surge, and will immediately take his right shoulder and shove it behind his hand, he can put enough pressure on Ermes' bicep, his lower part of his bicep, and his radial brachialis that he can fatigue him and start getting some wins here. But if he stays all back pressure and dragging with his hand compromised, Ermes will continue to do the same thing: climb, transition, press.
Here we go. Down come the thumbs. Bill Collins will wrap the hands, and we will be underway again. Last chance saloon here for Genadi Kvikvinia, and you can see Genadi still not happy, and that's a warning to Gasparini for the climb.
That's a foul. I believe it's a foul, right? If they don't, because they're basically in a referee set grip or whatever. Yeah.
Foul for Ermes. And Genadi been showing that frustration about the climbing throughout there, but really smart arm wrestling tonight from Ermes. A little smile from Bill Collins as he looks at the Italian there, and you can see the determination etched on Gasparini's face.
Gasparini needs to watch that right elbow. He's at the very front of that pad.
Yeah, no room to sort of scoot forward and try and make his arm a little bit more vertical, which we've seen him do in previous rounds. He's trying to block the side pressure, and he's done so effectively at this stage. But again, keep your eye on that elbow. Down come the hands. Again, Genadi not happy at all there. We are underway, ladies and gentlemen, and a big drive, but again, a little panicked there. Genadi Kvikvinia, and you can see the transition from Ermes. Comfortable to come into the place. There's an enormous drive, and that was the pin. We've got a down
elbow foul.
Calling something there. I think it's an elbow.
That's the second elbow foul. So what is it? 3? Yeah.
One each, I believe, in fouls. I think Genadi just got the elbow foul. I saw the ref, and I thought that he called a pin.
I thought he did too.
Not a pin.
Yeah. Well, I thought he called a second foul on.
Yeah, looks like we've got 2 fouls on Ermes, 1 foul on Genadi. Looking at the scores.
That's what I see it.
See this end on fouls. Oh, capitalised on the hand and wrist straight away. And you can see that Kvikvinia's hand is gone. It's all over down the solid victory. And Ermes Gasparini, a bit of a masterclass there, Michael. Faultless performance in many ways. He did what he had to do.
Oh yeah, he needed that bad. Like we said that in the pre-match.
Well done to Ermes Gasparini there on the victory. 4-0.
Or no, is that it? Are they running all 6, or do they just do best of?
I would have expected we'll see all 6 from here, but
Bill and
Sergio heading backstage, so I'm assuming
the footage.
It says winner Ermes Gasparini.
Yes, sir. And Ermes is headed backstage. He's gone to celebrate this thing already. But Michael, let's focus on what we just saw out there. If you came with a game plan and you executed that game plan as well as that young man just did, there's nothing more to be said. It was the Ermes Gasparini show tonight.
No doubt. Like I said, very impressive performance. It is a much-needed win on Ermes to get him back in the conversation.
Champion's response from that crushing defeat that he suffered at the hands of the very impressive Alex Kvikvinia. But tonight, he stamped his authority on this match, and he's defeated a dangerous opponent in Genadi Kvikvinia. How did you rate Genadi's performance tonight? Certainly seemed like he showed a little bit of sign of nervousness and a little ring rust.
Yeah, so like I said, we hadn't seen anything from him since 2018 when he lost to Aiden Shafee 4-2. And the prior performance to that was in Moldova, and he had lost to Alex Kvikvinia there, and I believe Pushkar. He looked super strong in his training. I had talked to Levon personally. He told me his hand and wrist were suspect. So when I accepted the match, that's what I was going to attack as well. I think he has phenomenal power. I do believe ring rust is real with certain people, and I think him being off the table and just focusing on these big, heavy lifts has actually been a detriment to his table IQ. I didn't see the Genadi that I'm used to seeing.
Now, interestingly, a little bit of backstory around this one for anyone who saw the press conference yesterday that was put on by Core Sports. Some interesting comments there between Devon Larratt and, of course, Ermes Gasparini. And a lot of people felt like Ermes was trying to talk his way into a match. Well, it's going to be a long night of arm wrestling. Michael, I think we are going to see the next 2 rounds contested. The men coming back to the table. Kvikvinia and Ermes just emerged from backstage.
They're on the same side. They're on the same side of the table. They're redoing that match. It's still 2001. It's 3-0. He just said he missed it by half an inch. Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, just to talk you through what's happened there, a pin was called by Bill Collins, but it appears that they've checked that on the cameras. Contestation, they checked the cameras, and it revealed it was not a pin. We will go again. And you can see the referees just having a little discussion to make sure. But I know in the referee's briefing they did say that they would check the cameras, and the dispute by Genadi Kvikvinia.
And Genadi there contested that last pin from Ermes. After reviewing, Bill has called no pin. So we are going to continue with round 4.
I'm going to be honest, I agree with video review, and I'm happy to see this match still be going on. I don't want there to ever be a dispute whether I won or lost, and we're going to find out right now. Now, I was talking earlier about not seeing the Genadi that I'm used to seeing. That by no means does not mean that is not a world-class elite athlete. I just think, he's ran into someone who has the perfect game plan to beat him.
Yeah, and he's executed it exceptionally well today. And Ermes Gasparini, I'm sure his confidence will be through the roof right now. He's had total control on every start tonight, and I'm sure in his mind he feels like this one will be no difference. We're going to start in the straps. Ermes Gasparini. Genadi Kvikvinia. One more round in the chamber for the Georgian. He needs to hit the target.
What would you do if you're Genadi? Do you keep doing the same move that has been ineffective, or do you try to drive in with a shoulder press on go?
It's time for something radical. It's time for something with massive commitment. And it's time to make sure that you do not fall underneath the hand of the Italian. And that's what he's been doing throughout the night. So it's time for a radical change, but that's a brave move. Charge of the Light Brigade time for the Georgian arm wrestler. Here we go. The thumbs are down. There go the hands. Again, Genadi not happy on that start. Probably with a little justification there. A lot of movement, a lot of climb.
Absolutely, absolutely. But Ermes is trying to get away with as much stuff as he can get away with, and that's part of the game, if you ask Devin. So
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
that's what I hear.
Go! And away we go. Massive drive, and he did commit hard that time, but Gasparini so much hand and wrist control, and surely he will take his time and finish from there. Just needs to collect himself and surely an elbow on the back of the path from Gasparini. Massive elbow goal. Masterclass. Gasparini, total and complete dominance there from the Italian. A replay from Boohoo Man. We're going to see it again in super slow-mo, I expect. But Michael, nothing we didn't know.
No. I mean, it's very impressive. I mean, just complete control. He did everything he needed to do. Now, you cannot take anything away from Genadi. He fought to the very end. He did everything he could. He tried. He just did not have a strong enough hand and wrist tonight.
Shots fired by Ermes Gasparini. And before we came back into that replay, I'm just, unfortunately, I didn't catch what Bill was saying there, but I think we're going into another round. Ermes
Looks like
Gasparini's
they're
already
doing
on his
something.
way to the bar, Mike.
He's like, I'm out.
Yeah. Hermes, it's like you when you ran off with your hammer, mate. I'm out of here.
Hey,
There's
that
the
was
win.
my
I'm
hammer.
off.
Give me my hammer.
I'm going. Ladies and gents, I think we will see another round, but to be honest,
Wow, okay.
there's no change here. For Genadi Kvikvinia, just a little bit outgunned tonight on that hand and wrist, and he's struggling for options at this stage. I think he's thrown everything he had into this match, and yeah, you can see that Gasparini comfortable, and he's able to take his foot off the gas a little bit and have some fun, and we will go to straps, Mike.
Yeah, every match tonight's going to be in the strap for these guys for sure, and I think we're going to see a lot of strap matches tonight.
You can see that there's a little bit of toll taken on the arm of Ermes Gasparini there. Doesn't look overly comfortable as that strap goes on. And yet he's looked like he's had a pretty solid night tonight. He was never really in a bad position at all.
No, he never really got compromised, but, I mean, he is full of blood in that forearm. He did just have that crazy match with Gardecha 3 weeks ago, so he probably was a little tender coming into this, but, yeah, you suck it up, you know.
Gasparini to put icing on the cake. He's already baked so impressively tonight in Dubai. And this is a great statement made by him. There's the control, there's the comfort level. I think he's gone onto a runner. Nothing called there. Genadi thought he'd pinned it and stopped arm wrestling. Didn't get the call and was rolled through. I'm not sure what the call's going to be there. We will see in a moment. We're going to go again.
Here we go.
Down go the thumbs. Ermes Gasparini, a little bit of cruise control. And again, that hand and wrist dominance. He starts to amend his position now and climb, tighten. Watching that. Oh, something damaged there. He felt something and he's let that go. Concedes that round, and I think that'll be the last match we'll see from Mr. Gasparini tonight. Something went bump in the night right there for him, and he makes his way backstage. Unhappy. And everybody will be so pleased because there's going to be no action on the practice table.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Those guys are really hitting the buffet somewhere. Yeah, so I like the 6-round format, and I want to show dominance. I want to win all 6 rounds. But once you've won 4, there's always a chance of something like that happening. You know, if you can get out of a match injury-free, I always recommend doing that. But it does. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's bad, but he definitely felt something.
4-1 on the board, and I think it's a done deal in his mind. And even if they were called back to the table, I don't think he's going to even attempt to contest anything. I'm pretty sure he's just going to concede the match there. A little bit of a one-sided affair in the opener from Genadi Kvikvinia, Ermes Gasparini, and to be perfectly honest, I think that's gone against the form guide, against the betting guide. I know that, in my opinion, Genadi Kvikvinia came in as a favourite. I think he was the favourite for the match, and he was dismantled tonight. Ermes Gasparini looking rock solid. Really impressive performance, particularly on the bounce back after his recent outing against Kvikvinia.
It looks like he's actually going to pull. Yeah, he's not injured that bad.
He's certainly containing him pretty good there. There's no doubt about that. Drove across again. I think he was looking for an early night out in Dubai. Didn't want any more. Like you say, probably came in with a few knocks and bumps after the match recently and just flared it up again. There's always ibuprofen, Michael Todd.
bottles of it.
Yeah. If God didn't want you to go to the red line, he wouldn't have invented pain drugs. You can always get a little bit of ibuprofen, get that swelling down, and go back to the practice table. I'll tell you what, if any footage emerges later this evening of Ermes Gasparini crushing people on the practice table, then we will know that he's taken a few ibuprofen and doing what he loves to do best. But what a performance for him tonight. He's looked outstanding. His hand and wrist have been a different league tonight. He's known for that. And he was very, very explosive. Again, look at that dominant position taken up. And his time there to just amend his position, amend his shape. And he's telling Kvikvinia to pull. Total control. Just whether he's got the finish to the side. Little pop there, big drive from Genadi Kvikvinia, but it's for pride at this stage, and I think an elbow foul. Restart.
Yeah, it looks like, both guys. Oh.
Ermes Gasparini. He does not look happy up there at all.
Here's the deal. You cannot be making all those faces and still arm wrestling. So either suck it up and arm wrestle or say, hey, you can have this match. But you can't be wincing in pain and still getting up there and arm wrestling every round.
Here we go. Underway again, and Gasparini, total dominance on the hand and wrist. Just needs to climb up, collect himself, get a little bit more cup, and then wait it out. Because to be perfectly honest, Genadi's got really nothing there. He's having to panic and bump sideways, but he's got no purchase unless he drives the shoulder.
If he can push his hand a little bit past his shoulder and do that again, I think he's got a shot at him.
There you go. Allowed it to go. Not really contesting it, to be fair there, Ermes. It's going to finish there. And, Ermes Gasparini, I hope he hasn't come out with anything serious. He's potentially put a foot on that ladder that Devon Larratt was talking about climbing. But he's made a statement here in Dubai tonight.
Congratulations there to Ermes Gasparini.
An impressive win here at King of the Table 2.
Absolutely, very impressive.
Devon Larratt is next. You heard it from the man himself. Next up, we have Brandon Allen and Larry Wheels.